Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I believe in dragons. And welcome again in the Belgian forest where uh, the smell it's starting to get more into the direction of the fall. I can smell this. It's the beautiful trees are at its strongest. Now it's time to decline. Now it's time to get to the fall. The last beautiful smile of nature, of Tiamat and Pango. So I would like to tell you something more about the Dragon's Path, and I'm sorry for this little parody that I made. So about the signs of dragon witchcraft with children. Um, it's because I made this because it was actually a fact. My family was very Catholic, so I had to go to church every week. But I was not like the other children. I was preferring to stay alone. I was I had imaginary friends, imaginary, so they say. And oh yeah, I loved the dragons very much. I loved the dragon much more than this kind of god that they showed me. Actually, I feared this god, but it was the dragon that I loved. But I couldn't say this for this family. I mean, there are so many verses in the Bible that said that the dragon is evil, the dragon is a devil. So, yeah, and now I seen these Christians and other religions that they want to see that your child is not being lured into some kind of a spirituality, that they have to stay with you. Well, I had the same thing. I was unfortunate enough to have the same thing. I was even a servant of the church, so I couldn't say anything about the things that I saw as a child. My dragon spirituality began when I was 6 years old, and I couldn't say this to my parents. I couldn't say this. I was even afraid to stay alone in my bed because of the things that I saw. But it was a dragon that I loved. When the dragon was there, I always felt protected. But there were also other things that I saw. So here are actually a few signs of what children can show if they are being lured into the dragon spirituality. For real this time. I don't want to make another parody. This is for real. First of all, the first sign, and that is the first most important sign, does your child love dragons? If they only see something that resembles a dragon, just like a dinosaur or something like that, they get excited. Their emotions are like, oh yes, dragon, or maybe dinosaur or whatever, because they are looking like it and they find it very beautiful, very amazing. They are excited, and you don't actually know why they are so excited because they felt this connection with this dragon or something that resembles a dragon, and so their emotions can get very high because of that. Their emotions are very triggered when they see dragons or something like that. And so, if your child loves dragons that much, then yeah, I can say to you, yeah, there is a clear sign that your child is being lured. I mean, not lured. I mean, that they are on the dragon's path, and they have to be. Yeah, this my brothers and sisters. If you have children, I don't have children, but if you have children, I know when I was a child, I could used a little bit more help from my parents. Yeah, I'm not angry for them, but because they didn't know any better. But you should know that your child is not like everyone else. And that is what I want to say also, that your child is not like everyone else. That is a second one that I want to explain, that they don't make friends that easily. That if they have friends, they are very specific friends, that they don't resemble also the other children that are different. That their friends, if they have friends, are also like them a bit, more like a little bit of outcasts into society. So for very young age, of course. But your child is not like everyone else, so they can do things that are not what like everyone else is doing. For example, that they, and that is my third one. That is my third explanation about this. And I did this very, very much when I was a child, that I pretended myself to be transformed into an animal. Because even when I was a child, I thought that humans were unworthy for this earth. Even when I was 6 years old, I already said that. So I wanted to be more worthy, to become more like an animal. So I pretended to be transformed into some kind of an animal because, yeah, I thought that humans were just these ugly beings that are just destroying everything and killing everything. So I wanted to be not like them. So I felt this very much in my inside of myself to be like a real dragon on the dragon's path and to shapeshift. I felt that I somewhere I could do this, and a child could also try to do this. I mean, I was 6 years old, and still now I'm trying to do this more like the dragon. But um, a child can do this very much, trying to pretend to be another species on this earth. Not only to play around, but also really acting like it. That your child can do, pretend to be shapeshifting. But it's not really pretending, they are really thinking that this is possible. That is actually a third sign. The fourth sign. And the fourth sign is maybe specific more into some kind of a dragon god that awakened them. But as for me, yeah, I saw this a lot with brothers and sisters, and that is loving nature, having this connection with nature. And Christians really, for some reason, don't like that you are connecting with nature. I mean, nature made us. So, and I never believed in this guy on a cloud. So if they are lured actually into nature, into the beauty of nature, that they want to hug a tree or something like that, that they are trying to stop you if they're trying to cut a tree or kill an animal, that your children are doing that they really are concerned for something that um, most people just don't care about, that they care about things that most people just don't care about. That is a fourth sign of seeing your child being uh, attracted into dragon spirituality. Because, my brothers and sisters, your child could be maybe um, uh, have a dragon by their side, and they could even have this dragon energy that lies inside of them. And this is not bad. Even in all of these ages, all of these times that religions had their laws, all of these times they said to these people, force yourself not to become like this. Force your own feelings, force against your instincts. And I'm saying, no, 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 no. Just follow your instincts and follow your feelings and let your feelings talk to you so that you know more about you, about yourself and what you really love, what you really are. Don't let others think for you. And that is what I really feel bad for a lot of people like us that were forced into going into inside a spirituality that they never really cared for. I don't care about these religions. I cared about the dragon that I saw in front of me. And this dragon that I saw in front of me, that I could consider as my goddess, as someone that I could kneel down for, even though this dragon never said that I should do that. Yet I did so, and I do this every single day. Your child. Yeah, what can be more signs? Let me think. Balancing light and dark, that is more like if they balance light and dark, that means that when you do something dark and bad for them, they will try to stop you into this. That is what a dragon does. They are guardians and they are very much affected by dragon energy. So this energy that they have will affect them for stopping you for doing something bad. Yeah, and like I said, loving dragons, having imaginary friends. Yeah, I had this, like I said, I had imaginary friends, but they were not imaginary. They were real. I even named my imaginary friend. I called him Dino because I thought it was a dinosaur, but this dinosaur had horns. It horns and wings, but I thought it was a dinosaur because back in the day I didn't actually saw a dragon in movies or televisions or whatever. Yeah. So your child could be inside of the same path maybe as you. But is that bad? That they have their own signature into this life? Of course not. They are just their unique self. Very beautiful children of the dragon. Maybe that you as well had that, the same thing as they have now. Maybe you can see your childhood again when I say this to you, what the signs are. If they are going into the dragon's path. I mean, the dragon's path is not beginning from when you say, oh yes, I have a dragon. No, it's beginning from the day that you were born. And even before that. It's just accepting who you are. And I, in the past, they didn't had any help or something like that. But in these times, I hope that my brothers and sisters who are still searching for themselves and for the dragon, that they can have this help from other brothers and sisters. Not because the other brothers and sisters can say, of course, that they have to do that. And no, 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 don't do that, because their path is unique. Tell them that they have a dragon by their side and their dragon loves them very much. But from there on, they have to find their own selves and their own dragons and their own dragon eye. But support them for what they feel, for what they know, because the dragon's path is not always easy. Just hold each other's hands whenever you feel it's necessary. That is what I'm also trying to do. All of my brothers and sisters on the dragon's path. So yes. And there are still many children that still need to come out with this. And it's such a shame that they feel such actually shame for this. They shouldn't be. They should not be. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.